instant curiosity. Flash the scary number first. No context.
Whoa, wait. Huh? Seriously? No way!
Or is it?
Picture this. You open a retirement calculator online, just curious, and you type in your age, your income, maybe a rough savings goal.
And then the number pops up. 2.4 million. You just sit there staring at the screen thinking, there's no way I'm hitting that.
Not with rent, not with groceries, not with everything else pulling at your paycheck every month.
And here's the frustrating part. Every article gives you a different number. One site says you need $1 million. Another says you need 4 million. The third one says just save 15% and you'll be fine. So which is it? How much money do you actually need to retire early?
My name is Jimmy, and today we're breaking down the real math behind early retirement. Not the scary internet version, the actual version.
Ever felt like retiring early is something other people get to do? Hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At the end of this, you'll know exactly what number you're aiming for. All right, let's start with the truth most people get wrong. Think retirement is about hitting some giant number they saw online. But the smarter question is, how much do I actually spend per year? Because your retirement number isn't really about income. It's about expenses. Here's the simplest tool in early retirement planning. It's called the 4% rule.
The idea is this. If you have a portfolio invested in something like an index fund, you can typically withdraw about 4% of it every year without running out of money over a long retirement.
That's based on historical stock market returns averaging around 7% annually, adjusted for inflation. So here's the math. Take your annual expenses and multiply by 25. That's your number. Let's say you spend $40,000 a year. Multiply that by 25, and you get $1,000,000. That's the amount that, historically, generates enough income to cover $40,000 a year indefinitely. Now here's where it gets interesting. If your expenses are $60,000 a year, your number jumps to $1.5 million. This is the part most people never realize. Lowering your expenses by even a small amount doesn't just save you money today. Let me give you a quick analogy. Chasing a retirement number without knowing your expenses is like trying to hit a target in the dark. You might throw and never know if you're close. But once you know your expenses, it's like someone turns the lights on. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Jimmy, but $1 million still sounds impossible. And look, that's fair. But here's what changes everything. Time and compounding do most of the heavy lifting, not your income. Let's say you invest $800 a month into an index fund averaging 8% annual returns. After 25 years, that's roughly $760,000. After 30 years, it crosses $1.1 million. Notice something. The extra 5 years didn't just add a little.
It added hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because compounding accelerates the longer you let it run.
This is why early retirement isn't really about being rich. It's about starting early and staying consistent.
They think early retirement means never earning money again.
But most early retirees don't fully stop working. They shift into part-time work, freelancing, or passion projects that cover some expenses.
This is sometimes called the Coast FIRE approach. Here's how it works. Instead of saving your full number, you save enough that compounding alone will grow into your retirement number by a certain age, even if you stop contributing. Then any income you earn afterward just covers your current lifestyle, not your future one. For example, if you have $200,000 invested at age 35, growing at 8% annually, that alone could grow to over $1 million by age 55, without adding another dollar. That's the power of starting the clock early. Now let's look at the other side. What if you want full early retirement? No work at all. That's where lifestyle becomes everything. Someone spending $80,000 a year needs $2 million under the 4% rule.
But someone spending $35,000 a year needs less than $900,000. Same goal, completely different mountain, based entirely on lifestyle choices. It's not about how much you make. It's about the gap between what you earn and what you spend, and what you do with that gap. Here's a simple example. Someone earning $70,000 a year who spends $40,000 and invests the rest is building wealth almost twice as fast.
The gap is the engine. Compounding is the fuel.
So let's bring this all together into something practical. Step 1. Calculate your actual annual expenses, not your income. Step 2. Multiply that number by 25 to get your baseline retirement number. Step 3. Figure out your monthly investment amount and how long you're willing to let compounding work. Step 4. Decide if you want full retirement or a post-FIRE approach where growth does the work for you. Step 5. Adjust your lifestyle slightly, because small reductions early on create massive results later.
Notice this isn't about extreme sacrifice. It's about clarity.
Most people never retire early, not because they can't, but because they never actually calculated their real number.
They just chase whatever number scared them on the internet.
Markets will rise and fall. Account types will change. Strategies will evolve.
But this math, expenses times 25, time in the market, and the gap between earning and spending, that stays true no matter what year it is.
So if you've been overwhelmed by big, scary retirement numbers, here's your practical takeaway.
Calculate your real expenses, multiply by 25, start investing consistently, and let time do what it does best. Because early retirement was never about being rich. It's about building enough breathing room that work becomes optional instead of required. If this video helped you understand your real number, hit the subscribe button. And I'm curious, what's your target retirement number based on your current expenses?
Let me know in the comments, because figuring that out might be the most valuable 5 minutes you spend all week.